Alright guys, today I want to discuss the topic of if I started steroids tomorrow. You know, the question if I started steroids tomorrow is a question that I've personally asked myself, and I think it's an important question you should ask yourself also. Now, first of all, before I get into the main topic of this, I'm just going to say, if I personally was going to start steroids tomorrow, I would first of all start on really low doses. I would see how my body responds to it, see if I get negative side effects, monitor what they are and whether they're significant enough for me to want to stop it or change what I'm doing. And second of all, see how my body responds to it positively. If I find that I'm building a lot of muscle and I feel strong and stuff like that, then there's no need for me to increase it even more. You know, the society that we're in now, and I personally find this myself, that I do fall into this category often, is that we seem to go very intense and overall just into one thing that will overdo things. Like, you know, for steroids, if you go very hard into them and overdo them, then you'll get the side effects of those steroids to an extreme, which is the same for anything. You know, for eating, if you're bulking and eating for bodybuilding, you want to get as much size as possible. If you do this to an extreme, you're just going to get really fat and probably get sick because you're putting such a demand in your body. Now, obviously, you can eat a lot and just monitor it to an extent that it's not putting your body at risk. What I mean in the extreme forms, you know, in the extreme forms of lifting, if you lifted weights all day and didn't sleep and trained all night, you're obviously going to get a negative side effect, and that's the way it works for anything. So that's what I want to say first of all about steroids. I'd also find the best quality source. You know, you don't want to be getting low quality sources of steroids. You know, your body is the only body that you have and will ever have. So you're best taking the best quality care of it and putting the best quality products into it. So you obviously don't want to be using cheap steroids that could be, you know, have other things thrown into it and something to make it last longer and stuff like that. Like stuff that's not really going to benefit you personally, but benefits the person selling it. So that's what I want to say first of all, if I was to take steroids tomorrow. But however, the main topic of this is I asked myself the question if I was to start taking steroids tomorrow, and what I said was, and this is what you should ask yourself also, if your answer was like mine and I said, well, if I started steroids, and I was thinking this to myself, now it's not me being crazy, but often we do talk to ourselves, and I was thinking, if I started steroids tomorrow, then I'm going to go into the gym, I'm going to train so insane, I'm going to do high volume workouts, because I know all the big bodybuilders are going to be able to do this, and if I go in the gym and I'm going to be really strong and try so hard to lift those heavy weights, and it just clicked in my head, I was like, if I'm willing to do that while I'm on steroids, why am I not doing it now and seeing how my body responds? And that's changed my workouts for these past few months, that I've just went in even harder than I was already going. You know, steroids is not this magical thing that takes these people from here to here. You know, steroids is just another form of help. Now, it is a significant one, but it's not going to be the only thing that can possibly get you in shape. You know, if someone takes steroids and doesn't lift weights compared to someone who does lift weights and works out and applies all the progressive overload principles and doesn't take steroids, then the second person who does work out is going to get those results compared to the person who takes steroids. Lifting weights is the only thing that will create the significant response in your body to build muscle. You know, steroids don't promote that. Now you will build a minor amount of muscle just by the increase in testosterone. However, it's not going to be as significant as lifting weights, and that's the most important thing, guys, is lifting weights. So don't be viewing that just because someone's on steroids you can't get a physique like that or train like that. Now, obviously there are certain limits on the human body, but don't be letting those things sort of hold you back. Now, second of all, the diet as well. I was thinking, you know, if I was eating like that, then I would be eating so much more and eating different types of foods. You know, you got to be eating the way you view it. If you were to take steroids, or you are going to take steroids, you need to be training that way and seeing how your body responds to it. But there's a quick video, guys. I just want to discuss that. You know, this could be a two-part answer of, first of all, if I was to take steroids tomorrow, I'd take it in low doses, see how my body responds, and if it's doing what I want to do, then I'll continue this use, possibly increase it if I want to get somewhere quickly, but not to an extreme. And then the second part of the topic is find out what you would do if you were to take steroids, and if you find that you're saying a lot of different things if you're going to take steroids about how you're going to change your training and your nutrition, well then maybe you need to start applying that now and you'll get greater results without even taking steroids. But there's a quick topic I want to discuss, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace!